The Gambian government has reaffirmed its decision to maintain the $1,000, the approximately $20 airport security fee at the Banjul International Airport, despite widespread public dissatisfaction and concerns from the tourism industry. Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow clarified during an assembly session that there are no current plans to abolish the fee, which was introduced in 2019 under a contract with the US-based company Citio Report. More in this report. Introduced in 2019, the fee has sparked controversy, with critics arguing it deters tourists and hampers the sector's growth. Some tour operators reportedly suspended operations in the Gambia, citing high airport charges as a key factor. When questioned by Central Body lawmaker Sleman Sao and member for Brikamanov about the possibility of removing the fee, Vice President Jallow explained that the government is contractually bound for about 2 more years before any review can occur.
Honourable Speaker, at this point, it is not considered.
Member for Brikama North and Minority Leader.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. Your Excellency, in your response, you indicated that consideration may be given when the contract is to be reviewed. When is the contract due to be reviewed?
Honourable Speaker, as far as I know, I stand to be corrected, but I think the contract has at least about 2 years.
Deputy Majority Leader Abdullah Sise raised concerns about exemptions for persons with disabilities. Vice President Jallow responded that no such exemptions exist at present but could be considered during the contract's review. Any future exemptions will depend on established clarifications of disabilities recognized by relevant ministries and international organizations.
Honourable Speaker, I wish to inform this August Assembly that under the current contract, there is no exemption for persons with disabilities. However, consideration may be given when the current contract is to be reviewed.
In the same query, the Vice President was asked by the National Assembly member for Latrikunda Sabji about the financing of a recently launched $50 million enterprise fund for the National People's Party women. Lawmakers sought clarification on whether public or state-owned enterprise funds were used and why this fund was established separately from the Ministry of Gender's existing fund.
Honourable Speaker, I wish to inform this August Assembly that public funds are not used for this initiative.
Honourable Vice President, could you explain to this August Assembly why a $15 million enterprise fund was launched specifically for women of a single political party rather than through the existing Women's Enterprises Fund under the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare? You see,
Honourable Speaker, I wish to inform this August Assembly. Honourable Speaker, I wish to inform this August Assembly that this question is for the party to answer.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Trade, Industry, Regional Integration and Employment faced questions from several lawmakers. Honorable Modulamin Biba of Banjul North inquired whether the ministry assessed the supply of onions and potatoes during the March-July 2026 moratorium and how shortages would be prevented, while Honorable Asan Toure of Bakau requested government interventions to stabilize prices of basic commodities amid economic hardships.
In mid-January 2026, the Moratorium Committee embarked on an assessment mission to all the commercial farms and selected community, women garden in all regions across the country to collect data on the expected output and harvest timeline of domestically produced onions and potatoes. Findings from the assessment revealed that the supplies of onion and potatoes will meet local demands. To prevent local shortage affecting prices, the ministry have allowed the import of shipments loaded from the port's origin by the 9th of February 2026. This will help to stabilize the supplies and prices during the moratorium, minimize the effect of price variability of goods in the domestic market, and to ensure the availability and affordability of these commodities to Gambians. The ministry continues to facilitate the importation of essential food commodities. The ministry has been engaging and will continue to engage ports to provide priority berthing to vessel carrying essential commodities to avoid demurrage charges that may add to price of commodities in the market.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs and Gambians Abroad, Sering Modunjai, was also pressed by lawmakers, including Omar Jame of Janjanbureh, to disclose the full list of foreign nationals issued Gambian diplomatic passports since 2017. Minister Njai declined, citing diplomatic confidentiality and national security concerns. He, however, emphasized that diplomatic passports are only granted to foreign nationals providing strategic services or formally engaged by the government, with presidential approval required.
That matters relating to holders of diplomatic passports, particularly foreign nationals, are inherently sensitive. These involve consideration of diplomatic practice, reciprocity, confidentiality, and national security consideration. The public disclosure of detailed personal data, application documents, and status particulars may risk breaching confidentiality, obligations, and undermining established diplomatic norms, and potentially affecting the national interest of the Gambia. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, I wish to assure this August Assembly that the government remains steadfast in upholding the laws, protecting the integrity and credibility of Gambian travel documents, and ensuring that diplomatic passports are issued strictly in accordance with established criteria and solely in the best interest of the Republic of the Gambia.
These refusals sparked debate in Parliament. Some lawmakers argue for transparency, while Deputy Speaker Sidin Jai stressed that Parliament is a public forum and releasing sensitive information could breach diplomatic protocols.
I still want to persist on my question. How is it possible for you to serve this honorable House with a comprehensive list of foreign nationals who are issued a diplomatic passport? If you cannot give it to the whole House, I requested for it. I definitely have an interest in having that